Hey, in this video, I'm going to talk about the basic search function in AirFlare Field Console. So there's two portals into AirFlare search tools. This is the search side of AirFlare. The first is Web Console. This is the web accessible, generally accessed via a computer, generally used by dispatchers, supervisors, people sitting at a computer. The second is Field Console, and that's what this video is about. Field Console is an app that sits on a phone, generally used by field personnel. This might be a ski patroller out in the field. It might be SAR personnel out in the field. Field Console, you can have Field Console, which is just read-only. So for patrollers out in the field, a supervisor may determine for their team that they only want patrollers in the field or a subset of patrollers in the field to have read-only access to Field Console. And that way you can see searches that have been done by a dispatcher, by a supervisor, and you can get coordinates and you can navigate out to that subject, but you can't actually do searches yourself. You can have Field Console with search capability, with search permissions, and that's what this video is about. That you have Field Console on your phone, you're able to see searches that are done by everyone else on your team, but you're also able to do searches yourself. And that's full permissions into Field Console. And so I'm going to cover the search function for Field Console. So, generally, like Web Console was designed for dispatchers, for heavy use. Phone rings, you're in AirFlare search tools, you're using AirFlare search tools. It's a computer, so the screen is big, the user interface is really nice. We do have teams out there that the dispatcher just doesn't have a computer. So there's teams out there that are using Field Console for all of their searches. I'm going to try to keep this video kind of short. So I'm not going to cover all the information that you might want as a dispatcher. If you're using Field Console real heavily, like you're doing a lot of searches and a lot of subject communication, and you're using Field Console, that's great. You can do pretty much everything in Field Console that you can in Web Console. It's just kind of a smaller interface. But if you are just occasionally doing searches every once in a while, you're probably good with just this video on searching. If you're using Field Console quite a lot to do a lot of subject searches, I really recommend you watch the dispatcher videos as well. And those they cover a lot more ground. There is the counterpart to this video. This is conducting searches in AirFlare Field Console. You might want to watch the dispatcher video on conducting searches in AirFlare Web Console. There's more information in there that might be very helpful. You also might watch understanding coordinates in AirFlare search tools. That's pretty important. You might want to watch search status indicators and the GPS denied error. If you're running a lot of searches in Field Console, really important you watch that video. And you might also want to watch the subject chat video. So anyway, enough with that. I will go ahead and share my screen, and we will. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to pop up, just for the sake of this video, I am going to pop up the Web Console. This is the dispatch module, just so we have it up on the screen so you can see what's happening inside of it. But we are going to be focusing on Field Console. So this is the Field Console app. This is the search and rescue side app, the patroller side app. Everything that I can do inside of Web Console, I can pretty much do inside of Field Console, with exception of the admin capabilities. And I've already mentioned that you can have field console just read only, where you might be able to see what a dispatcher has done, but not actually search yourself. You'll know if you have search permissions if this little icon up here, the little person icon with a magnifying glass, if that opens up this search page and you are able to enter a phone number in here and actually search, and you don't get an error message, that means you have the ability to use Field Console to search. Okay, so before we get too far ahead of ourselves, everything that the dispatcher sees, patrollers in the field with Field Console can see, and vice versa. Field Console, if you have it open and running, the page does not automatically refresh. So to make sure you have the most recent coordinates, if Field Console is completely shut down and you open it, it's obviously going to refresh that page and everything's going to be fresh. If you keep Field Console on and open and running in the background, if your dispatcher did a search and it's not showing up here, to refresh this page, you start at the top and simply swipe down, and that will refresh this page, and any new searches will pop up on that page. So when in doubt, refresh. Search date, subject, initiated by, search status, location returned, yes, no, okay? Search date is the timestamp. The subject, if the subject is a name, if the subject is a name, that means that this person was an AirFlare subscriber. They have AirFlare, the AirFlare guest or adventurer side app. This one right here, they have that app on their phone, okay? And what that means is when you initiate a search for that person, those coordinates are coming back automatically. Okay, so that person has pre-approved their coordinates to automatically come back to a search team when they are the subject of a search. If the subject is a phone number, that means this person is not an AirFlare subscriber. They do not have AirFlare app on their phone. You can send them a location request text. They need to respond to that text to send coordinates back. Initiated by is who on your team conducted the search, and location returned. It's either going to be green coordinates, or it could potentially be another status like SMS sent, GPS denied, disabled. Again, if you are a heavy user of Field Console for conducting searches, you really do want to watch the search status indicators video, because it'll explain what all of these indicators mean. You can very often, if you get a GPS denied, disabled, or no location from GPS, anything but green, you can very often intervene and fix the issue and get coordinates back for that subject. So do watch that video. Awesome. So this record corresponds to what the dispatcher sees on their computer. This record corresponds to this record, what the dispatcher would see on their computer. So the very first step, let's just say that you are sitting in dispatch, but you don't have a dispatch computer. So you're sitting in dispatch, you're at the phone, and you're going to be using Field Console to conduct all of these searches. The very first step is to determine whether or not this person, the subject that needs assistance, whether or not they have AirFlare, the guest side app, on their phone. This little person icon will open up the search registry page, and you want that person's phone number. So let's say my name is Tina, my buddy Aiden and I are skiing there today. We got separated a couple of hours ago. He's not responding to text messages. I'm a little worried. You want Aiden's phone number. So you enter the phone number into the phone number field, and then you hit search. If Aiden exists in the registry, if Aiden has AirFlare on his phone, the record for Aiden will pop up. We do provide the ability to search by email. So when Aiden downloaded AirFlare to his phone, he provided his phone number and his email, so you can contact him via email. We also give this button, show additional search criteria. If I hit that button, it'll pop up a name field. We make it a little bit hard for you to search by name, because if I went ahead, we've already determined that Aiden does exist in the registry, but if I misspell his name and hit search, he won't show up, okay? So phone number is the unique identifier for that phone, and whenever possible, it's highly recommended that you, so I'll spell Aiden's name correctly, and there he is. Highly recommended that you search by phone number. The other phenomenon that I need to point out is I'm going to enter a new phone number in here. My name is Robin, and Dennis is skiing there today, and he was supposed to check in at 2 o'clock, and he never checked in, and I'm really concerned. So 971-401-2677. Sometimes you will get multiple records for the same phone number. And the phenomenon here, it's one of two things. Less commonly, Dennis simply updated his profile, okay, and hit save. So he might have changed his name. He might, and so he basically has a new profile. More commonly, this person simply got a new phone, okay? And so this was the old phone. And excuse me, this was the new phone, the old phone, and he got a new phone. We are going to put the latest record, the last seen phone, up on top. We're also going to give you helpful information like seen 3 months ago. 99.999999%, the person just got a new phone, and the phone seen most recently is the new phone, and that's the record that you want. If you have any doubt, if there's any confusion, there is absolutely no problem initiating a search for all 3 of these records. It's all going to go, every one of those searches is going to go to the same phone number. So no harm, no foul, and redundant searches. Cool. Let's go through a couple of searches. And so we're going to search first for someone who is an AirFlare subscriber. Let's go back to that. Scenario. My name is Robin. Dennis is skiing there today. We got separated. He failed to check in. I'm concerned. What is Dennis's phone number? 805-794-2993. Hit search. In order to initiate a search for this person who exists in the registry, this top record is the correct one. You're simply going to select that record. It's going to ask you if you want to initiate a search. You are going to say yes. Success. You see over on the dispatch computer, the dispatch sees what you just did from Field Console. And so the point there is anything you do through Field Console, your entire team will see. Other patrollers in the field with Field Console, they will see that search. It automatically flipped to reported. Everyone on your team now has those reported coordinates. This brought you back to the home page. This was the search that we just did. No, I need to refresh this screen. In order for that search to pop up, I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to scroll down, and it just popped that brand new search. That is the new search record. It matches what you see on the dispatch computer over here. In order for me to dive into the search details to find more about those coordinates, I'm going to simply tap on that record. And here's my subject. At this location in degrees, if I want to see that location in UTM, I'll hit UTM. I have a location accuracy of 8 meters, and I can see my subject displayed on a map at this location. Within that red circle is your location accuracy of 8 meters. If this location accuracy is large, so if the phone is in a basement, underneath a canopy of trees, underneath a big cliff band, this location accuracy might be larger than what you want. If that is the case, you can request a location update. Request location update. This will start a new search for the current search subject. The subject will be notified as usual. Okay. If Okay, so that's that. No report yet. And on the dispatcher's computer, you see it delivered. There is always a delay. So I swipe down, I got the delivered status, which is the intermediate status, and it takes about 20 seconds for that to be reported. And the reason is because we do not use cached coordinates. If the phone thinks, and so in order for me to flip this status in field console here, I'm just going to scroll down, and that flipped the status to coordinates reported. Okay, so the reason why the delay, sometimes phones, if they've just recently gotten coordinates, they'll try to use cached coordinates. We don't accept those. We tell the phone to start brand new, start over again. We give the phone 20 seconds to contact the overhead satellites, get a new location, and gather those coordinates and send it back to you. That is the 20-second delay. If the phone is really struggling, we can give the phone a minute, but generally speaking, those coordinates are coming back in 20 seconds. And we don't use cache coordinates for obvious reasons, because someone can ski a long distance even in 30 seconds. So we want fresh coordinates. I think probably I should let you know what's happening inside of the AirFlare app as well. So I'm just going to do this search one more time, 805-794-2993, and I'm going to hit search. And I'm going to select the top record, and that's going to initiate the search. And I just happen to have, I'm basically searching this phone right here. So I'm going to open up the AirFlare, the guest side app. That notification hit this phone. It opened up AirFlare. If AirFlare was closed, it opened up AirFlare. So AirFlare does not need to be open and running. It started the 20-second countdown. It's sending coordinates in success. So the notification hits the phone. It opens up AirFlare. It starts the 20-second timer. And after 20 seconds, coordinates are returned to you in field console and returned to the patrol team generally. The other thing that happens is that an email is sent to that person's inbox. So the notification that's sent to the phone contains your team name, and it contains your team emergency phone number. And there is an email that is also sent to that person's inbox. That email also contains the name of your search team that is actively searching for that person, and the phone number, your emergency line, so that person can get back to you if they receive that notification or email. You can, and I cover this in subject chat, so let me get out of AirFlare this. If you would like to also notify that person via subject chat, you can open up that record and you can send that person a text message. So if you have search permissions, you would be able to click on, so you come into the record. Your subject is there in UTM with a location accuracy displayed on a map. I cover how to navigate to that subject using Google Maps or Apple Maps, Gaia, Avenza, Onyx, or sharing a location. But here we're going to want to also send a text message just to let that subject know that the team is out searching for them. So I can hit this little icon up in the upper right-hand corner. That'll open up subject chat. And I can, hi, we are searching for you. Respond if you get this. Okay, so I'm going to hit send. That popped a little notification up on the dispatcher module that there's a new text message there. That's the text message that you actually just sent through Field Console. And on the subject phone, they will get this text message. Hi, we are searching for you. Respond if you get this. The subject can respond back, got it, via text message. That lights this little icon up for the dispatcher to let them know they got a new text message. And for you on Field Console, hi, we are searching for you. Respond if you get this. The subject said, got it. Okay, so you can pop a message over to them via text also to let them know that they are the subject of a search and provide your phone number or whatever you want to do. Okay, and for the sake of completeness, what your dispatcher sees is essentially the same thing. Hi, we are searching for you. Respond if you get this. Got it. Okay. I cover this in a video called Subject Chat. So again, if you're a heavy user of Field Console for searching for subjects and communicating with subjects, go watch the video on Subject Chat. Let's do a search for someone who is not an AirFlare subscriber. So, hi, my name is Dennis. I am skiing there today. I twisted my knee. I need help. Start a new search. We're just going to use the same phone number. It is this phone. We're going to pretend that this person does not exist in the registry, okay? So none of these records showed up. So there's no record to select to initiate a search. This is the button you want, SMS location request. If you hit this button, it is going to send a text message out to that subject. You see the dispatcher sees SMS sent. Meanwhile, the subject will have a text message on their phone. The name of your search team is searching for you and requests your location. Text back your location or follow this link. So that's two ways in which this subject can get back to you. Let's do the first one first. The subject can tap on this little plus icon. This works on iOS and Android, and they can hit location, and that will put a pin. Hit send pin. The subject is going to have to send that text message. Okay. On the dispatcher, it was automatically reported here, and swipe down. This is the record. It was automatically reported here. Okay. So let's do that again, but then let's use the second method. Search 805-794-2993 search. We pretend this person does not exist in the registry, so we're going to send them a location request text. Success. Yes. The dispatcher sees SMS sent. You see SMS sent. Anyone else with Field Console on your team can see SMS sent. Meanwhile, the subject goes into their text messages. The first time we hit the positive icon and dropped a pin, and that automatically refreshed. This time we're going to follow the hyperlink. As soon as you see the send location page, the dispatcher sees that it was viewed. We're going to hit send location, success. The dispatcher sees that it was reported. And you in Field Console, remember to swipe down to refresh this page. You will also see those coordinates reported. Okay. And then I've already mentioned, you can now navigate out to your subject once you have coordinates via your native mapping application. You can navigate out using Gaia or Avenza or Onyx. There's Gaia there. I have Avenza on this phone as well. I have separate videos to talk about all of that. If you just want to share these coordinates out to someone else on your team, you can use the share feature. You can send it to an agency that's helping us, our team, for example. Those are all covered in separate videos. So I hope this was helpful. I'm going to stop sharing and come back and say hi. That's what I wanted to cover in basic search function using AirFlare Field Console. Okay, so watch the remainder of the videos that have to do with Field Console with respect to understanding coordinates, with respect to responding to coordinates, with respect to navigating in the various GPS applications. And again, to reiterate, if you are a heavy user of Field Console to conduct searches, like you're in the role of the dispatcher, but you're using Field Console, I recommend you go watch the dispatch videos as well. So thanks so much. That's what I wanted to do in this one, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.